know they sick, acting like they know me, cause I'm
P-P-P-Lo, time to bring the bass back.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's 100 degrees underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstated yourself, I never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You run the Christ when the breath on this set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm the sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh, barely my bits are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely my bits are off. Everything was better off. Till the risk, I was never at the end. I would never get this off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings, I would never underestimate. Oh, barely my bits are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely my bits are off. Everything was better off.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skill.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. My bitch, you wanna be famous, They act like they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that hate us, I make a lot of new money, When it's not savers, You be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist. I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the
I was legit. Ever since I blew, they all on my hey, back then, didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got choked, long. Say I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Ex-slick, then hit with the back then, used to out the zip. Blow out his back, then dip. Got a whole for it all on the ship. All these 4 things pull out the bip. Suck, turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip. Crush.
I never switch, I never switch, I never switch.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Houston Texans and the Oakland Raiders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Ready, break. 55. So don't say nothing.
Looking to throw. Love. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. A good start offensively. 15 yards on the game's initial play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, this is Adams. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. His throw incomplete.
After that throw, and it was definitely one that he would love to have back. I wonder what's going through his head. I wonder what kind of mind game he's playing with himself to get himself back on track. Because a lot of guys, that's what they do. They have little triggers that when the mechanics are off, if they make a bad throw, that they go to that place to get themselves back in sync.
On 3rd down, Love. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. They'll begin here with Adams. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Adams. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Here we go. Ready, go.
To throw on second down, Love. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 29-yard line.
Stop your rock.
On first down, it's Adams. Kenny Clark, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Mecole Hardman, 26 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken very short. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35.
Let's go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Alert flare. Alert flare.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Big ass, big ass. 49, check 49.
And to give this time to the tailback. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, and you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On the ready. 44, Mike, 44. Go on. Rip right. 44 is the Mike.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Set, ready. Hey, tighten down. There you go. Hey, alert 3. Check it backer.
And to give this time to the tailback. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
2nd and 3. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
1st and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Check me out.
And he'll give it here to his running back. He'll have a first down inside the 10. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks...
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. 2nd and 4. Going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Back to throw. Love. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and they'll bring up 4th down. So unable to get any yardage at all off of the screen there on 3rd down.
And ordinarily on 3rd down, that's when you want to bring pressure. You get all your guys who want to get after the quarterback. But how about the patience they showed? Read the play, snuffed it out, and made a nice stop.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Now a handoff here to his running back. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
And to give this time to the tailback. About 3 yards there to the 27.
That's it, baby.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Here's a 2nd and 7. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And it bangs off the left upright and deflects away. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. And no mistaking that sound. It reverberated through the whole stadium.
And it's the sound, Brandon, no kicker wants to hear. It looked like he had it on target the whole way, but the upright said,
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Love. And the Raiders have got him. Jayon Brown in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Operating from the gun. Love. Completes it to Hardman. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. The Texans send the punter out as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive. Missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you've put something out there, you've given yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the posts. But it's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
You got nothing.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
And we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll hand things off to the coach, Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have a look back at a very intriguing opening weekend in the NFL. And pretty good pursuit there defensively. He's brought down, no gain on the play. 2nd down coming up. A free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Oh, you got D? 58, boys, 58. 58, Mike. Hey, D.
2nd and 10. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 33.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
Now a handoff working right. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now we just, if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Love. And a big loss here as he's taken down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Okay, Coach. Appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Under crunch, under crunch, under crunch. Alert 3. Alert 3.
And they give this time to the tailback. And some space here. All the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A great play there. 67 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They'll run again with Adams. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First down, Texans.
Chopper. Slam. Check three. Watch twin.
A carry for Adams. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
52.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. They'll run on first down. It's Adams. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Love. Complete. Smith has it. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. On first down, Adams down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Again, here's Adams. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
On 3rd and 2, Love looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They're going to go for it now, 4th and 2. Remember, they can still get the first down at the 1-yard line, though. On 4th down, Love. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. From 3 yards out, as his guys are back within a single score. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on 4th down, but hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, 4th down, they went for it.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
At the 21-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll find Metcalf. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Tight ends Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. Hey. 4 down. Zoom.
Back to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. They've got his man complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 45-yard line.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you.
Back now in the East Bay. It's the Raiders with the lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4.
We ain't giving up nothing. Check safety. 6 guys. Check. Fresno.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
They'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And here's a big one now. Try to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Mike 27, Mike 27, Mike 27.
Hey, we got to get to the ball, T. We got to get to the ball.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Gonna throw right side here, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
At the 20-yard line.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Now they'll run on the draw. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further. A big one there. That gives them a little cushion and makes it a 2-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Nick Bosa in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Back to throw. Love. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. It'll be a pickup of 8 on the screen, and it sets up a 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there for the sack, and it's an important one from a personal standpoint as that is sack number 100 in what has certainly been a terrific career to this point. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. On 4th down, Love. The open man is Smith. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Love. It's caught here by Adams. Call it a pickup of 7, and it's a 2nd down. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Love. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go. Hey, check right. Watching you go.
Operating from the gun. Love. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down. Whether it's a touchdown or a field goal, whatever it is, they need to score quickly here on 1st down. From the gun, Love. And that's complete to Adams. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw. Love. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another 1st. Looking to throw. Love. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55.
2nd and 6. And it's caught. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. From 6 yards away. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. 25 seconds to go. A must recover if they're going to have any chance. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
2nd and 6 at the Texans' 40-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Watch the twist. Back.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Oakland, it's a great win here on a Monday night as they'll start the new campaign 1-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Ladies and gentlemen,